A few weeks earlier, we took a second look at the OnePlus TV. And now, it's time to give the same treatment to the Mi TV 4X. We have the 65-inch 4K version here. And for our second review, we are going to be focusing mainly on how the software has evolved from the time we unboxed it. Of course, we're going to take a look at the hardware as well to see how it has kept up with the times. Hey guys, Amorto here from C4eTech, and if you do end up enjoying this video, then please subscribe and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon. Okay, so first up, let's take a look at what's changed. We now have Patchwall 3.0 on board the Mi TV 4X, and well, that brings along some pretty significant changes. Now, the Mi TV 4X isn't the only series getting the Patchwall 3.0 update. All other Mi TVs, right from the Mi TV 4A, the Mi TV 4C Pro, the Mi TV 4A Pro, the Mi TV 4 Pro, and the Mi TV 4X Pro, all of them are getting it as well. Now this update started being rolled out on April 6th, so many of you have probably already received it. If in case you want to know what version of Patchwall is running on your TV, we can go to Settings, Device Preferences, scroll down to Patchwall, and there it is. Our Mi TV 4X is running on the latest version of Patchwall 3.0.1. So what are the new features here? Well, the first and the biggest one is the integration with Disney Plus Hotstar. So we now have a dedicated sports page. Up top, we have a carousel view. All live matches are supposed to pop up here, but since those aren't happening thanks to the global lockdown, we can see the IPL highlights from last year. Just below that, we have all the different sports split into categories like cricket, football, hockey, wrestling, tennis, and others. Scrolling further down reveals popular clips from sporting events. So basically, this is like a cleaner and much more streamlined version of the Hotstar sports page. The main draw here is that with just one click, we can watch any sporting event that we want to. Moving on to the movies and TV series section, we can see that there's been a lot of subtle improvements here. The one that immediately caught my eye was this. Yes, now we can scroll through lists horizontally as well as vertically, kind of like what we are used to with other streaming platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime. This brings an uniformity to the entire UI and in my opinion makes content discovery easier too. We can also see a few other subtle changes. There's more emphasis on the tile that is currently selected, and it also seems like the tiles themselves have been redesigned with smaller gaps in between. We also have a new font in play. This is the Mi Lanting Pro font that had been introduced with MIUI 11, and it's finally made its way onto their TVs as well. Another small change on the home screen is that now content platforms are placed over input options. The direction is clear here. Patchwall is trying to emphasize content discovery and consumption over everything else. Now, there's one more change. When we scroll through movies or TV series, we now have this icon on the top right that tells us which streaming service it's available from. Also, if we can watch it for free, then we get this green tag that pops up on the top left. This is an excellent feature, and I hope that other TV manufacturers find some way to implement this into their UIs as well. Moving on, we now have a redesigned page that gives us more information about the title that we are about to watch. It's not quite up to Netflix levels, so we don't see 4K or Dolby Atmos logos pop up, but it's getting there. Speaking of Netflix, we have all the popular content platforms on board here. So Netflix, as we mentioned before, Amazon Prime Video, and Hotstar. Everything works great on Mi TV now. Now, one minor gripe is that Patchwall still doesn't recommend shows from Netflix. Maybe we'll get a dedicated page in the future. Anyway, coming back to the present, we have two new content providers here, DocuBay and LatuKids. DocuBay has an impressive catalog of documentaries, and LatuKids, as the name suggests, offers 1500 plus hours of kids entertainment. Finally, we also have MiList. This is Xiaomi's contextually aware curated list of content that will show up on specific days. Like on Valentine's Day, we would get a bunch of romantic movies, patriotic ones on Republic Day, and so on. Seems like a great idea for making content discovery even easier. But then since we were shooting on a regular day, we weren't really able to test this feature out. Now while playing around with the UI, we didn't really notice any ads. So it seems like at least for now, Xiaomi isn't really trying to push ads onto Patchwall. Last time when we tested the TV out, we weren't able to show you guys the data saver and local share features on our review unit. So here they are now. Once the phone is connected to a mobile hotspot, we can turn on data saver and it would automatically downgrade the streaming quality so that we don't blow through a data cap too quickly. We can also set up usage alerts from here. Moving on to local share, we can now cast our photos or videos from the Google Photos app on the phone via our local Wi-Fi network. This works pretty seamlessly through the inbuilt Chromecast option on the TV. Just keep one thing in mind guys, both the phone and the TV should be on the same wireless network. Now that's about it for the software portion of the review. Of course, we still have stock Android TV in here. It's running on Android version 9, but there's not really been a lot of UI or usability changes, so we are not gonna delve any deeper into it. Time then to take a quick look at the hardware. The 65-inch 4K panel still looks gorgeous. We have support for HDR as well. This is a 10-bit IPS panel, which means we get amazing viewing angles, and colors on the display really pop. The only minor con is the native 60Hz refresh rate of the panel, but I don't think console players would really complain about that. Of course, we do have Reality Flow. It uses custom MEMC hardware to increase the frame rate. When it comes to watching movies or TV shows, I wouldn't really recommend it, but it does give an added smoothness to watching cricket, football, or any other sport for that matter. When it comes to audio, we have a total sound output of 20 watts. The speaker setup here is pretty great. Of course, it can get really loud, but even at 50% volume, we get a good amount of bass and a clear soundstage. There's a decent selection of ports, and the TV isn't lacking in connectivity either. So, overall, the hardware package here is excellent for the price. Ah yes, the price. So at launch, the Mi TV 4X 65-inch was priced at 55,000 rupees. Until now, the price has remained unchanged. Now, we have competing products from both View and Thomson, both 4K 65 inches, that are maybe a couple thousand rupees lesser in price, but if it were me, I'd rather go with the Mi TV here. It's got a gorgeous 4K panel, great sound, and with every update, Patchwall is getting better and better as a content aggregation service. So if you're looking for an entry-level 65-inch 4K TV, then this is still the best one to buy. So that's been my 2 cents on the Mi TV 4X 65-inch. Now I wanna know what you guys feel. Do any of you own a Mi TV? Tell us about your experiences in the comments down below. Also, as always, if you do end up liking this video, then please hit the like button, share, subscribe and all that. Oh, and turn on notifications by hitting that bell icon if you haven't yet. Thanks for sticking around till the end guys. Have a good one. Cheers!